I'm going to put something on the board here. I'm going to put a sentence up. I'll read the first few words, and then I'll pause, and let's see if you can finish the sentence, all right? Just trying to see if you have a meme here. Here we go. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Sky.
See, it's hard to detect. When you were coming in, you were all smiling. I didn't know you were infected. Now, keep the distance a little bit. All right, let's get, you know what I always say, get a second opinion, right? Let's get a second opinion on this before we start prescribing things, over-medicate you. Hang on a second. Let's go for another one. Curiosity killed the... God. Yeah, you're infected. Yeah, you got it. All right, I'll throw a bonus one out there just to see how bad it really is, okay? Let's see how bad it really is. Don't make the same mistake. Yeah, okay. So here, the bad news is you've got some memes, okay? You've got some memes. But here's the deal. I've got the antidote, and I'll share it with you. There's enough to go around. How many are there? About 100 or so. There's enough to go around. I've got the antidote for you. I'll give it to you today. Start using it and clear this right up. By the way, a meme is not necessarily bad. All right? Maybe these are good memes. If it was a good meme, hey, good news, right? You're infected with a good meme. Yay. Now, I wouldn't tell, next time you're going on a date, I wouldn't tell anyone you're infected with a meme. If they're not here today, that might not go over too well. All right? But it is important to remember that right now, you are infected. Because unfortunately, these are not good memes. These memes lead to what we call the counter mindsets. These memes lead to a life where you settle. A life where you don't reach your full potential. All right? You don't want these memes. Now, how many of you have ever said one of these to somebody else? Let me see. Come on, it's okay. It's okay to admit it here. We're amongst friends. Right? Yeah. How about this one? If it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Don't fix it, right? Now, could you imagine if Thomas Edison embraced that mindset, that meme? Could you imagine if Thomas Edison embraced curiosity killed the cat, and he decided not to be curious anymore? Right? It would be kind of a tough presentation without lights in here, right? You see what I'm saying? Could you imagine how many businesses wouldn't get started if entrepreneurs believed don't make the same mistake twice? Has anyone ever been to Disney World? Yeah, nice, okay. Walt Disney, you've probably heard this before. You know how many times he got turned down when he was trying to raise money? Like over 100 times. I mean, there's something crazy about that guy, okay? I mean, you go to the bank, you ask for money, finance for your business, they say no, I get it, go ask another one. Right? You get to 10, you get 10 no's, maybe something's wrong with your presentation, right? Right? You get to 20 no's, you keep going, something's wrong with you, right? But don't make the same mistake twice, make it 100 times, and maybe then you'll finally get financing and create the most magical place on earth. Right? You see how just these examples are the exact opposite? Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what happens. These thoughts come in, and then they get into your subconscious. Right? You say, they just come in, they get into your subconscious. By the way, typically when a parent says to their child, money doesn't grow on trees, it's usually when the kid is little, they want something, and the parent says, no, son, daughter, you got to work hard for the things you want to buy. That makes rational sense, right? But as a little kid, that's just a fancy way of saying no. Hurts when we wanted something. And every time we hear money doesn't grow on trees as a kid, it's like usually because we want something and we're not getting it. So I've interviewed over 200,000 teenagers, and to them, money doesn't grow on trees means there's scarcity in the world. There's not enough to go around. Yet, the universe wakes up every day with one thing on its to-do list. Create. Every day the universe expands, right? Those of you who pay attention in science, that's it. Every single day, it expands. So how could there be a scarcity in a universe that creates every single day? Right? So what happens is these thoughts get in, and then they start working our attitudes and our actions. How many of you have ever been walking around campus or driving home, and all of a sudden, you're thinking about something else. Next thing you know, you're home, and you're like, how did I get here? Right? How many of you had that experience where you weren't paying attention, next thing you know, you're there, right? Sure. That is, by the way, your subconscious acting for you. Like right now, how many of you are thinking about breathing? This guy's like, wait, I'm not thinking about it. Breathe. You don't have to, right? You don't have to, because your subconscious takes care of that for you. Right? You with me? But here's the problem. When you've got some counter mindsets, you've got some bad memes you're infected with, your subconscious is taking care of that for you also. And by the way, when your conscious mind is in conflict with your subconscious wins 100 times. Okay? Because it's so much more powerful, because it also controls your emotions. When you do something like, usually when you do something you regret, it wasn't because you were thinking clearly, right? Because your emotions got the best of you. You know what I mean? Right? So the subconscious got the emotions on its team, and it wins every single time. So that's why we got to fix it here and fix it here. Otherwise, you say, the stuff he's talking about today, I know it already. It makes sense. I know it. You might know it, but how you're acting on it chances are, is in direct opposition to the happiest people, most successful people in the world. So let me show you what happens. Why this is so challenging. Do me a favor, clasp your hands together. Just put them together like this. And look down to see who's got their left thumb on top. Who has their left thumb on top? Let me see. Hands up. I can get a good look at you. Okay, these are the cute people in the room. All right, gotcha. Good. Now, who's got their right thumb on top? Get a look at you. Okay. These are the people that want to be cute. Okay. Just kidding. Actually, anyone know why your left thumb or right thumb ends up on top?
It's your left and right brain.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Left brain, right brain, that's not it.
Is it the hand or right?
No, ma'am. But, thank you for playing. Get this, it actually goes back to when you're a baby. When you're a baby, and your hands first fumble together, the very first time that happens, they just kind of fumble together, your brain says, oh, that's how that works. You'll do it exactly the same way forever. Now, I'm going to prove it to you. Fold your arms. All right? Fold your arms. Look around. Everyone has their own style of folding their arms. Same thing. When you're a baby and your arms first fumble together, your brain says, oh, that's how that fits. You'll do it exactly the same way forever. Ready? Shake them out. Back again. Shake them out. Back again. Now, you ready for this one? Reverse your grip. Now, help a friend out if you need to. How does that feel?
Uncomfortable.
Weird? Little awkward? Little strange? Good. I want you to remember that feeling. This feeling can save your life. Seriously, ready? You and I know there's no right or wrong way to clasp your hands. There's no right or wrong way to fold your arms. One way feels comfortable simply because you've been doing it exactly the same way for as long as you can remember. And when you change how you're doing it, your brain says, hey, wait a second. My job is to keep us safe and comfortable. And that does not feel comfortable. That's not how we've been doing things since, remember back when? We figured this out a long time ago. Don't change, that's not right. And your brain will send you a message to go back. Get comfortable.